Good morning, students. Today our topic is the intrinsic semiconductors. So, first of all, what are the semiconductors? Based on the energy gap, the materials are classified into the three categories. One is the metal, and next one is the semiconductor, next one is the insulator. But in case of semiconductor, the energy gap is less than 3 electrovolt. In case of metals, the energy gap is approximately equal to 0. That means valency band and conduction band both are overlapped. Here they are around 3 electrovolts of energy gap. Here greater than 3 electrovolts. So you have take the, especially for semiconductors, you will take the fourth group elements. You are taking the fourth group elements. So in fourth group elements, first one is the fourth group elements means 4 electrons in their outermost orbit. So if you suppose you have to take the carbon, the atomic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p2. In case next one is the silicon 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p2. In case of germanium 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s2, 4p2. So that means in case of carbon, it is a carbon. So it is the first orbit is filled with the 2 electrons and the second orbit is filled with the 4 electrons. It is a second orbit. It is closer to the nucleus. So compared to here, you have to take the silicon. So in case of silicon, so these are having the 2 electrons in first orbit, and second orbit it consisting of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And what about the third orbit is only filled with the 4 electrons. Third orbit is filled with the 4 electrons. Here you have to go for the germanium. So germanium first orbit is filled with 2 electrons and second orbit is filled with the 8 electrons, and also third orbit is filled with the 8 electrons. But fourth orbit is filled with the 4 electrons. So from here the ionization energy of this carbon around that means the energy gap here for carbon is around 5.4 electrovolts. Here the energy gap is equal to around 1.1 electrovolts. Here the energy gap is equal to around 0.7 electrovolts. If suppose the electron remove from this orbit is very easy compared to here, and compared to here it will be easy. Why? Because it is in fourth orbit, it is in third orbit, it is in second orbit. That means it is very closer to the nucleus compared to here, and compared to here it is closer. So here the energy gap of the silicon is 1.1 electrovolt. Here the energy gap is 0.7 electrovolts. So in case of carbon, that is a 5.4 electrovolts. That's why the electron from the valency band to conduction band, it's not easy to jump from valency band to conduction band. It's not. So that's why these are act as insulators. So germanium and silicon, the energy gap is less than 3 electrovolts. That's why we are preferring these elements, germanium and silicon. First, what is our topic? Intrinsic semiconductor. Intrinsic semiconductors also called as the pure semiconductors. That means the crystal is completely formed with the pure germanium or the pure silicon. So at T equal to 0 Kelvin temperature, the structure will be, so these are having 4 electrons in their outermost orbit. That means it having 4 electrons. Here also it having 4 electrons. Here also it having 4 electrons. So here these are the 4 electrons in their outermost orbit. Here also 4 electrons. These 4 electrons forms a 4 covalent bonds like this. So due to every covalent bond it having 2 electrons. Due to this covalent bond it attained 2 electrons. Due to this covalent bond it attained 2 electrons. Totally 4 covalent bonds. Due to 4 covalent bonds there are 8 electrons. That means it is in stable configuration. At a T equal to 0 Kelvin temperature, the valency band is completely filled with 8 electrons. That means at T equal to 0 Kelvin temperature, intrinsic semiconductors behaves as insulators. Behaves as a insulators. Why? Because of the 4 electrons forms a 4 covalent bonds. Due to each covalent bond it attains 2 electrons. Due to 4 covalent bonds it attains 8 electrons. That's why it is in stable. That means it attains 8 electrons in their outermost orbit. That's why there is no free electron. So at T equal to 0 Kelvin temperature, pure semiconductors or intrinsic semiconductors behaves as insulators. At that time, the energy band diagram, so it is the conduction band and it is the valency band. So in valency band, it is completely filled with electrons. So valency band, conduction band is completely empty. This conduction band is completely empty and it is filled with complete electron. That means it is fully filled. So here the energy gap is, what is the energy gap? It is the bottom of the conduction band to top of the valency band. If suppose you have to give the temperature, you have to give the energy, that is for in case of the germanium, you have to take in case of the germanium, the energy you have to give in, that is around 0.7 electrovolts. In case of silicon you have to take in, then you have to give the 1.1 electrovolts. Then these electrons are jumping to the conduction band. These electrons are jumped to the conduction band. So that means in that conduction band, one free electron is formed, means at that time one vacancy is created in valency band. Here it is the valency band. So if suppose you have to give the temperature, then these covalent bonds are break. And free electrons are created. Then free electrons are created. If suppose you have to take these are the 4 electrons. In that 4 electrons are formed 4 covalent bonds. If suppose you have to give the temperature, here the 4 electrons are there. Suppose these are the 4 electrons. If suppose you have to give the temperature, it consisting of 4 electrons. Here also 4 electrons. So due to covalent bond, but here by increasing temperature, this electron is jumped to the conduction band. Here this electron is jumped to the conduction band. So that energy for the silicon is equal to 1.1 electrovolt, for germanium is equal to 0.7 electrovolts. So you have to give the energy 0.7 electrovolts or 1.1 electrovolts. Then this electron jumps to the conduction band. Here hole is, that means vacancy is created. This vacancy is called as the hole, and this one is called as the electron. That means you have to observe in a energy band diagram. So it is the conduction band and it is the valency band. Here one vacancy is created, means here one electron is created. Similarly, one vacancy means one electron. One vacancy, one electron. So vacancies are created in valency band and free electrons are created in conduction band. So by supplying of the energy, these covalent bonds are break automatically. This covalent bond is break. Then there is a vacancy, and also there is a chance for these vacancies. That means this holes movement is also there. So due to these holes, there is a chance to, if suppose this electron is try to shift here, then the hole is shifted to here. It is the hole's motion, then it is the electron motion to here. So due to these holes also there is a current. Due to holes also there is a current. Due to holes is also there is a current. You have to observe the diagram in your textbook. So here when there are the, due to sharing, these are the covalent bonds. Here one electron is shifted to the conduction band. Here from here this electron is shifted to the conduction band. So here one vacancy is created. So here this due to this vacancy, that means due to this hole, so this there is a hole is also shifted. Here this electron is shifted to here. Here this electron is shifted to here, and this hole is shifted to here. Due to these holes there is a current. That current is called as the IH, and due to electrons the current is called as the IE. So due to holes and due to electrons. So due to holes the current is called as the IH, and due to electron the current is called as the IH. So due to holes that is IH, due to electron that is called as the IE, that is equal to total current. So here hole is created in valency band, means here also so many electrons are there. In valency band it is completely filled. So here one vacancy is created, means one electron is created at conduction band. That means the number of holes in valency band is equal to the number of electrons in conduction band. In intrinsic semiconductor, the number of holes in valency band is equal to number of electrons in conduction band. It is very important. So what you learn from this intrinsic semiconductor means pure semiconductors, pure germanium or pure silicon crystal. So at T equal to 0 Kelvin temperature, these 4 electrons are formed 4 covalent bonds. At that time all the valency orbit is completely filled. Then there is no free electron. That means it attains octant configuration. That's why there is no free electron. So there is no free electron. That way conduction band is empty and valency band is filled. That's why at T equal to 0 Kelvin temperature, intrinsic semiconductors behaves as insulators. By giving the temperature, giving the energy, that is for germanium crystal you have to take, and that is you have to give the 0.7 electrovolts. In case of silicon crystal you have to give the 1.1 electrovolts. Then the electrons, that means automatically these covalent bonds are broken and the electron is shifted to the conduction band, and the vacancy is created in valency orbit and the electron is shifted to the conduction band. That means the number of electrons in the conduction band is equal to the number of holes in the valency band. And here the vacancy is created. Here the vacancy is there. That means the hole is there. Automatically neighboring electrons are shifted to these holes. That means the holes motion, automatically electron is shifted here. So due to the vacancy, so ఇక్కడ vacancy ఉంది కాబట్టి automatically electrons మళ్ళీ ఈ vacancy occupy చేయడానికి there is a chance. So that's why due to this vacancy, then there is a flow of current. That current is called as the current due to holes, that is called as the IH. Due to the electron, the current is called as the IE. Then the total current I is equal to IH plus IE. So it is the intrinsic semiconductors. So here in intrinsic semiconductor, at a low temperature there is no free electron, and you have to give the energy like 0.7 electrovolts or 1.1 electrovolts. But less than of this energy, there is a possibility for create the free electrons in the conduction band. So there is a chance, that is you have to do doping. You have to do doping. Doping means here adding impurities. What is the meaning of doping? Means adding impurities. Doping means adding impurities. So by adding impurities, we can apply the less energy, then the free electrons are created in the conduction band. So here there are two types of dopings are there. So first of all, what is the doping means? Adding impurities. So these are called as those type of semiconductors are called as the extrinsic semiconductor. Extrinsic semiconductors. Extrinsic semiconductors are formed due to doping. What is doping here? Adding impurities. What is that? Adding impurities. So here extrinsic semiconductors are also called as the impure semiconductors. That means we are adding impurities. That means pure silicon is doped with third group elements or fourth group elements. Then we are getting the p-type and n-type extrinsic semiconductors. First we go for the n-type extrinsic semiconductors. How to form these n-type extrinsic semiconductors means, so you have to add the fourth group elements. You have to dope the fourth group elements to the fifth group elements. That means pentavalent impurities. So when you add the pentavalent like phosphorus and next arsenic and next antimony so like these elements you have to dope, then we are getting the n-type extrinsic semiconductor. So that means simply fourth group elements you have to add with the fifth group. Then we are getting the n-type extrinsic semiconductors. Fourth group elements are doped with the fifth group elements. We are getting the n-type extrinsic semiconductor. If suppose these are the fourth group element, these are having 4 electrons in their outermost orbit. It is the fourth group element. It is the fourth group element. We are adding the fifth group, that means arsenic you have to add it. It having 5 electrons. 1, 2, 3, 4. So these 4 electrons are form a 4 covalent bonds, and also one more free electron will be there. This is the one extra electron. This is the one extra electron. So this is called as this extra electron forms a donor energy level. So at T equal to 0 Kelvin temperature, so it is the conduction band and it is the valency band. Here this valency band is completely filled with electrons. But this one extra electron forms a one more energy level, that is the donor energy level. This donor energy level is very close to the conduction band. That means it is the donor energy level. One extra is there. So it is the one. So like that you have to add the all, for every 4 you have to add 1. Like that you have to add doping. So due to this doping, one extra electron will be added. So first due to one arsenic, another arsenic, another arsenic, another arsenic. Like that we are getting the one more electron. This electron near to the conduction band level, they form a one more energy level, that is called as here donor energy level. Donor energy level. So if suppose you have to give minimum amount of energy, that is in case of germanium you have to take, it is the 4th group element is you have to take, and germanium, then you have to supply 0.01 electrovolts, then these electrons are shifted to this conduction band. But it is in the case of at T equal to 0 Kelvin temperature, the conduction band is empty and this donor energy level is completely filled and this valency band is completely filled, but you have to give the 0.01 electrovolt energy. That means very less amount of energy you have to supply. But in case of intrinsic semiconductor you have to give the 0.7 compared to 0.01 is very less energy. That means at very less energy we are creating the free electrons in conduction band. That means you have to supply the 0.01 electrovolts, then these electrons are shifted to here and here holes are created. So at 0.01 electrovolt energy, these complete donor energy level electrons are shifted to here. So and you have to furtherly give the around 7 electrovolts of energy, then the energy level diagram will be like this. So due to it is the donor energy level, and it is the bottom of the conduction band and it is the top of the valency band. So these donor energy level electrons, the minimum energy is 0.01, but you have to give the 0.7 electrovolts. That means these all electrons are already shifted to here. But some of the electrons from the valency band, so these electrons are shifted from, if suppose this electron is shifted to here, that means one vacancy. That means one hole is created. If suppose one more electron is shifted to here, that means one vacancy. But the number of electrons here in conduction band is greater than number of holes in the valency band. So in n-type extrinsic semiconductor, n-type extrinsic semiconductor, the number of electrons is very much greater than number of holes. Why? Because due to this extra electron, one more energy level is formed, that is called as the donor energy level. And this one extra electron is not form any bonding, but it is make a one weak interaction, that is due to this parent atom. So it forms a one weak interaction, that is due to this parent atom. By supplying of very less energy, that is 0.01 electrovolts, then these electrons are shifted to the conduction band. That's why very less energy you are creating the free electrons in the conduction band. But in case of intrinsic semiconductor, at the energy of 0.7 electrovolts we are creating the free electron. But in case of extrinsic semiconductor, very less energy we are creating the free electrons. So here in n-type extrinsic semiconductors, the majority charge carriers are electrons and the minority charge carriers are here holes. But in case of intrinsic semiconductors, the number of electrons is equal to the number of holes. But here the number of electrons will be greater than number of holes. Here how many electrons are created in conduction band? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but here one hole. So that's why the number of electrons is very much greater than number of holes. But here one more condition is there, that is Ne into Nh is equal to the Ni square. It is at a thermal equilibrium at T equal to 0 Kelvin temperature. You have to it is applicable condition. So at T equal to 0 Kelvin temperature or at a thermal equilibrium, Ne into Nh is equal to intrinsic carrier concentration whole square. Intrinsic carrier concentration whole square. And next we go for the p-type extrinsic semiconductors. What is that? P-type extrinsic semiconductors. These p-type extrinsic semiconductors are formed due to you have to dope it with the when trivalent impurities. That means trivalent impurities you have to dope it to the fourth group element. That means fourth group elements are doped with the third group elements. We are getting the p-type extrinsic semiconductors. So how to get the p-type extrinsic semiconductors? Fourth group elements are doped with the third group elements. Here what are the third group elements? Third group elements means here aluminium and indium and gallium. So like those elements you have to dope it with the fourth group elements, then we are getting the p-type extrinsic semiconductors. So now we take the again same structure, germanium or silicon. These are having the 4 electrons in their outermost orbit. This means these are the fourth group elements. These are having 4 electrons in their outermost orbit. These fourth group elements are doped with the third group element. That means they are having 3 electrons only. They are having only 3 electrons in their outermost orbit. So due to these 3 electrons, 3 covalent bonds are formed. But here one vacancy is there. At T equal to 0 Kelvin low temperature, there is a vacancy. There is a vacancy. Due to this vacancy, the electron is negatively ionized. Due to this vacancy, due to hole, due to hole it will be negatively ionized. Then the structure of this energy band diagram. It is the conduction band and it is the valency band. Here due to this vacancy, one energy level is formed that is called as the acceptor energy level. Acceptor energy level. Why? Because these are having it will accept one electron. It will accept one electron. But in case of here, these are the 5 electrons, 4 covalent bonds are formed. It will donate 1 electron. That's why they are formed the donor energy level. But here 1 electron it will ready to accept. That's why they will form the one acceptor energy level. It is very close to the valency band. It is very close to the valency band. So already due to this so many vacancies are there and electrons also there. So by supplying of a very minimum amount of energy, that is around 0.01 electrovolt in case of germanium, you have to take in these fourth group elements, you have to take the germanium, then these electrons are shifted to here. Why? Because these are also having some vacancies. This is called as the acceptor energy level. Automatically there is the vacancy. So here these electrons are shifted to here and then after shifted to here. Automatically due to this vacancy energy level, here the electrons are shifted to here, already these vacancies are created. Automatically these vacancies are created. Then you have to supply the more than of these 0.01 electrovolt, that is around 0.7 electrovolts. When the electron will be shifted to here, automatically one hole will be created. We have to comparing the, here one electron is created, but here the number of holes will be here majority. That means the number of holes will be majority in valency band, and here the number of electrons in conduction band. So here the number of holes are greater than the number of electrons. In p-type extrinsic semiconductor, the number of holes concentration is greater, and the same principle applicable here. Ne into Nh is equal to Ni square. It is a condition. So how to form the n-type extrinsic semiconductor? We are doping with the fourth group with the fifth group. P-type means fourth group with the third group. Here we are getting the one extra electron, that is the donor energy level. There is a one vacancy, that is called as the acceptor energy level. Here this donor energy level is very near to the conduction band, and that acceptor energy level is very near to the valency band. Okay, and this is about the p-type and n-type extrinsic semiconductors. Now we will go for the problem. Carbon, silicon and germanium have the same lattice structure. Why is carbon insulator while silicon, germanium and intrinsic semiconductor? Why? Because carbon having the energy gap is very much greater than silicon and germanium. So these are all having 4 electrons in their outermost orbit. So what is the solution for this? The 4 bonding electrons of carbon, silicon or germanium lie respectively in the second orbit, third orbit, fourth orbit. In case of carbon, the 4 electrons in second orbit. In case of silicon, it is the 4 electrons in third orbit. In case of germanium, the 4 electrons in fourth orbit. So hence energy required to take out the electron from these atoms, that means ionization energy will be least for germanium, followed by silicon, and highest for carbon. Hence number of free electrons for conduction in germanium, silicon are significant, but negligibly small for silicon, carbon. So you have to observe the one more point here. So here the carbon, silicon, germanium, depending upon the energy gap between their conduction and valency band. For carbon, silicon, germanium, the energy gaps are here for the carbon 5.4 electrovolts. So it is greater than 3 electrovolts. That's why they act as a insulator. But in case of the silicon, it is 1.1. In case of germanium, that is 0.7 electrovolts. So all of you observe this diagram. So due to in case of it is a n-type extrinsic semiconductor, one donor energy level is created. So the energy gap is here 0.01 electrovolts you have to given. These donor energy level electrons are shifted to here. Greater than of 0.01 electrovolts, here the electron is shifted to here. The number of holes will be lesser than compared to here the electron. That means the number of electrons in conduction band is greater than the number of holes in the valency band. But in that for reverse you have to observe here diagram. So next problem. Suppose a pure silicon crystal 5 into 10 to the power of 28 atoms per meter cube. It is doped by 1 parts per million concentration of pentavalent arsenic. Calculate the number of electrons and holes given that intrinsic carrier concentration here 1.5 into 10 to the power of 6 per meter cube. So for that solution, silicon crystal atoms 5 into 10 to the power of 28 atoms per meter cube. This number of the atoms. So it is the doping by 1 parts per million concentration of pentavalent arsenic. That means 1 million of ఒక మిలియన్ ఆటమ్స్ ఉంటే ఒక ఆటంతో డోపింగ్ చేస్తున్నాం అంట. దట్ మీన్స్ 1 parts per million మీన్స్ హియర్ ఒక ఆటమ్ని ఒక మిలియన్ ఆటమ్స్లో ఒక ఆటంతో డోపింగ్ చేస్తున్నాం. ద డోపింగ్ కాన్సన్ట్రేషన్ హియర్ 1 atom ఫర్ ఎవ్రీ 10 power 6 ఓకే పార్ట్స్ పర్ మిలియన్. 10 power 6 ఆటమ్స్ ఉన్నప్పుడు ఒక ఆటం అంటే 10 power 6 ఆటమ్స్ సిలికాన్ ఆటమ్స్ ఉంటే ఒక ఆటమ్ ఆఫ్ ఆర్సెనిక్తో డోపింగ్ చేస్తున్నాం. సో 1 atom పార్ట్స్ పర్ మిలియన్ అంటే ఒక 10 power 6 సిలికాన్ ఆటమ్స్ ఉంటే ఒక ఆటంతో డోపింగ్ చేస్తున్నాం. బట్ ఇక్కడ మనకు సిలికాన్ ఆటమ్స్ ఎన్ని ఇచ్చాడమ్మా? 5 into 10 to the power of 28. ఇఫ్ సపోజ్ 5 into 10 to the power of 28 ఆటమ్స్ ఉన్నాయనుకున్నాము. సో ఒక ఆటం వల్ల ఒక ఫ్రీ ఎలక్ట్రాన్ ఉంటుంది. బట్ మరి అలాంటివి 10 power 6 ఆటమ్స్ ఉన్నప్పుడు ఒక ఆటంతో డోపింగ్ చేస్తున్నాం. మరి 5 into 10 to the power of 28 ఆటమ్స్ ఉన్నప్పుడు ఎలా చేయాలి అంటే 10 power 6 ఉన్నప్పుడేమో ఒక ఆటం ఉంది. మరి 5 into 10 to the power of 28 అంటే ఎక్కువ ఉంటాయి కాబట్టి ఆటోమేటికల్గా సో 5 into 10 to the power of 28 divided by 10 power 6 into 1. So then we are getting the value 5 into 10 to the power of so a power m by a power n means a power m minus n, that is 28 minus 6 means 22. So 5 into 10 to the power of 22 atoms తో డోపింగ్ చేస్తున్నాం అంట ఇండైరెక్ట్. సో that means the number of electrons is here equal to 5 into 10 to the power of 22 number of electrons. ఓకే నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ ఇవి అంటే ఇక్కడ చూడమ్మా మొత్తం టోటల్గా సిలికాన్ ఆటమ్స్ 5 into 10 to the power of 28 atoms per meter cube ఉన్నాయమ్మా. ఓకే 10 power 6 ఆటమ్స్ ఉన్నప్పుడు ఒక ఆటంతో 1 part per millionతో డోపింగ్ చేస్తున్నాం. ఇక్కడ డోపింగ్ కాన్సన్ట్రేషన్ ఎంత ఉందా? 1 parts per million కాన్సన్ట్రేషన్ ఆఫ్ పెంటావాలెంట్ ఆర్సెన్. సో ఒక ఆర్సెనిక్ ఆటం 10 power 6 ఆటమ్స్ ఆఫ్ సిలికాన్ ఉంటే ఒక ఆర్సెనిక్ ఆటంతో డోపింగ్ చేస్తున్నాం. మరి 5 into 10 to the power of 28 ఆటమ్స్ అంటే ఎక్కువ బై ఈ వాల్యూ ఇంటూ 1 ఆటమ్. దట్ మీన్స్ 5 into 10 to the power of 22 ఆటమ్స్తో డోపింగ్ అంటే ఇన్ని నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్. ఒక ఆటం వల్ల ఒక ఎలక్ట్రాన్ వస్తుంది. మరి ఎన్ని ఆటమ్స్ ఉన్నాయి మనకు? ఆర్సెనిక్ ఆటమ్స్ 5 into 10 to the power of 22 ఆటమ్స్. And intrinsic carrier concentration is also given. What is that? 1.5 into 10 to the power of 6 meter cube. Okay na? Intrinsic carrier concentration. Then it is also per meter cube. What is the condition for at equilibrium state? Ne into NH is equal to Ni. But then NH is equal to Ni square upon Ne. Ni means 1.5 into 10 to the power of 6 whole square upon Ne means 5 into 10 to the power of 22. 1.5 whole square means it is a 2.25 into 10 to the power of here it is the 10 to the power of 16 10 to the power of 16 ante 16 32 10 to the power of 32 upon 5 into 10 to the power of 22. 5 తో డివైడ్ చేస్తే ఇది 0.45 into 0.45 into 10 to the power of 10 or 4.5 into 10 to the power of 9 meter power minus 3. It is the number of holes. Okay, bye students.